How do you put up with him?
I don't know.
Love at first sight for me.
First impressions, I'm not going to lie. It's like, oh yeah, played for Liverpool. He's all right, you know. I stuck him in my Panini sticker album all those years ago. Oh, he's so soft. Like, if he watches something on TV, he's the one that will always cry, which is really sweet.
What's the lowest point for you both?
We have been through a lot. He was nearly dead.
2 months to live the way I was.
I can't talk about it because I will get upset.
Don't go. I just give up, mate. It's going to be honest.
It was awful.
Why?
People ask me the reason why. I don't know.
Am I a bad mum? Am I a bad wife? You have all of these emotions and.
But I was really low. It still breaks me out. Inside, I'm crying inside, but you know, now I can deal with it. What makes me smile now is they got their dad back. And we go down the beach, you know, and we walk the dogs, and they go and give me big cuddles and that. And they're glad dad's back. Now I'm addicted to my wife and kids now. That's what I'm addicted to. That's my number one thing in life now. If you want to lead the orchestra, you've got to turn your back on the crowd.
Yeah.
And that's right to do.
I'll tell you what's lovely, like Pebbles the other day, she went, God, Mum, Dad's really handsome, isn't he?
There you go.
You know, and I feel like, yeah, we got there.
Hello and welcome to the Men's Room podcast. I'm Jason Cundy. Alongside me is the 17th hardest footballer ever. The legend is Mr. Neil Ruddock. Today is a very special episode because not only can you hear our dulcet tones if you listen on audio, but you can also watch us on YouTube. We bring you this podcast today with our good friends at Movember who are doing brilliant work now to change how we think about men's health, including opening up about our mental health. And that's exactly what we do here on the Men's Room on talkSPORT. So without further ado, let's crack on with today's podcast. That's right, this is the Men's Room podcast with Movember. Men's health affects more than just the men who are suffering, but also their families. As the saying goes, you're only good as the people that you surround yourself with. And we're lucky enough to have today, in this episode, the lovely Leah Ruddock.
Hello, Jason.
Leah, lovely to meet you. I know this man very, very well.
Do you?
We go back a very long way, Leah.
Do you?
How do you put up with him?
I don't know.
How did I put up with you?
We used to room together. We played together, room together. But that's as far as the stories goes here.
Yeah,
right, okay.
No. No, we was... Well, the stories do go there because Jay, we was room partners at Tottenham, and Jay, every away trip, we stay in a hotel. Jason used to take his own Superman quilt with him.
You didn't.
Leah, I took a quilt. It wasn't Superman. He's absolutely lying.
What was it?
Enough.
What was it?
It was Batman.
Enough
about that.
Really?
Leah,
Were you Robin?
Very good.
When we played alongside each other, we looked like Batman
Exactly
and Robin.
that,
Del Boy and Rodney.
Leah, lovely to meet you. Listen, I want to talk about you two guys.
Yeah.
How did you two meet?
This is amazing.
Okay, so
This
we
is
get asked
amazing.
this a lot. Where did we meet? We actually met at Bryce Norton. Is it Bryce Norton?
Bryce Norton Airfield,
When we was on our way.
flying to Iraq.
Yes, in a war zone. I was ambassador to the troops for 6 years, and my friend was meant to be...
You didn't know this one, Jay, did you?
My friend was meant to be doing the job, but she was too frightened because it was Iraq. So I stepped in.
So basically, CSE, Combined Service Entertainment, I used to fly out there, get on stage. Like, remember Jim Davidson used to years ago? She walked in, you know, I've been split up from the ex-wife, and, you know, she walked in, I thought, I've got a massive head, but she walked in and we were out there, mate, it was... To go out, because, you know, I thought squaddies were trouble. I was growing up to thought squaddies. When you go out there, the love I've got, the love we've got for squaddies
it's
now,
unbelievable. I'm so thankful that I did it.
Such an eye-opener. So we was out there 2 weeks, and it was love at first sight for me. I don't...
Oh, bless.
Seriously, tell Jay, why did you go out... When we come home, why did you go out with me?
Okay, so first impressions, I'm not going to lie. When I first saw you, I was like, oh, yeah, played for Liverpool. He's all right, you know. I stuck him in my Panini sticker album all those years ago. Didn't really think much of it. And then I knew my brothers were like the massive Liverpool fans. So I was like, I'm going to give this a bit of a shot. I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah.
Got back. He's like, take my number. I was like,
Just give me a moody number as well.
I gave him a moody number.
Did you?
Yeah.
So I rung it.
He rang it in front of me. If he hadn't have done that, we would not be here now.
So she give me a moody... We come back to Bryce Norton, give me a moody number.
Oh,
so
you
I've got in the car.
I'm so glad you did.
I rung it and it said this. So I made the taxi man go back to Bryce Norton. She was still waiting for it. I went, hey you. She gave me a number.
He must have really...
You're lucky he's so persistent.
I am. He was lucky.
So if he hadn't have done that, we definitely wouldn't be here now. So.
Now listen, it says there you're the 17th hardest footballer.
Yeah.
Right? But I know, Razor, not as well as you do.
Well, I don't know.
There's a hard exterior, but there's always a vulnerability.
Jay, you know me better than most. Off the pitch, on the pitch, I would hurt people. I was
That's
horrible.
the
Yes,
thing.
well, we both...
Off the pitch, right? couldn't even be horrible to anyone. I wouldn't even shout at anyone.
People don't know that about you, though, right?
I don't. I feel so guilty.
But I know, but because the hard man exterior that you have on the pitch, people think they know the footballer, but they don't. They might know the footballer,
but they don't know the
man.
Yeah,
I would never be horrible to anyone. But that's how, talk about mental health, that's how messed up I was in here, because people I didn't know I wouldn't upset, I'd always upset me nearest and dearest.
Yeah, definitely. I agree
Do you know
with
what I
that.
mean? I wouldn't care about what my nearest
that.
and dearest felt about. But if someone I didn't know felt I was horrible, I'd feel, how could I be horrible to them?
Yeah.
Do you know, and I observed years ago, someone also told me, which had changed my way of thinking, is that if you want to lead the orchestra, you've got to turn your back on the crowd. And that's what I had to do. Because the people I was with, Jay, they weren't bad people. Just when I was with them, they made me a bad person.
Right, okay.
So, I had to turn my back on people like that.
And Leah, when you saw that other side of Razor, that, how did you...
the softer side?
Yes, because like I said, not many people know what Razor's like behind the scenes.
Honestly, he's got this, people look at him and think, oh yeah, it's this big hard man image. I can tell you, he is the softest guy going. Sometimes I'm like, come on, Ray.
So says to me, you're meant to be centre half.
Yeah, and that winds him up. It's like, and then if it gets really bad, I go, Le Tunnel.
Like road rage, that doesn't bother me. No. Someone can cut me up and say, all right, mate, don't bother me. Someone would put the fingers up me, don't bother me. She go, what are you letting him do that? You're meant to be a centre half. That doesn't bother me.
No, I know. But it's lovely to see the real you. And you are a lovely person.
Razor, you mentioned that you were married before, got divorced. How did you both cope with the previous relationship, in particular?
It's been a nightmare, really. Only not for me, but for you
that's
as
for
well.
another show.
It's for the show, Leah.
I know, it was hard work.
It's only finished about a year ago. The court case is only finished. I was divorced nearly 20 years, so it's been going on over 20 years.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and children?
Fair play, that Leah's stuck by.
To be honest with you, Jason, I must really, really love the guy, because we have been through a lot. Tell us
what was the points that you look back on and feel that was tough?
Oh, just
it's financial.
His previous life and stuff, it's and what it's brought to us and the kids. It has been very, very difficult. But we're getting through it. We've got through it, and to be honest with you, I think it's made us stronger.
What was the lowest point for you both?
When he was borderline like dead. He was nearly dead. He was so. I don't want to get upset, but he was really ill.
They give me 2 months to live the way I was.
I can't talk about it because I will get upset.
Don't get upset.
Don't want to get upset.
Don't get upset. But it's all right, darling. It's all right. I'll speak. But they went to see the surgeon, and my aunt said you've got 2 months.
It's really sad though, because I'm so proud of you.
Give me 2 months to live. Indeed.
Yeah, and to hear those words. To hear those words.
I just thought I'd be normal. I just couldn't be
when you've got
anymore,
kids
Joe.
and stuff.
So what do you mean? You kind of gave up on yourself?
Yeah,
he did, and I had to watch it, and it was awful. And then he's got 4 beautiful kids, two with me, and it's just. They were saying, "Mummy's Daddy gonna die," and it's just like when people talk to me about it. Really
I just give up, mate. It's gonna be honest.
It was awful.
Why?
Too hard.
He just did. He just found he was killing himself.
The reason people ask me the reason why. I don't know.
Yeah.
Life just got
I'm
too
so
hard for
sorry.
me.
I
don't know. If I could sit here and tell you why, I'd sit here and tell you why. Life just got too hard for me. It
was
be
hard.
bothered anymore.
But you had 4 kids, and you know.
It was just like a slow suicide. It was awful.
People around me didn't bother what they thought. I just couldn't be bothered.
I used to say.
And I don't know why, mate. It was just one. If I didn't explain to you why.
You don't know why.
I look back now. I'm in the best place I've been for years since we were great friends.
I knew I was going to get upset.
I'm that Razor again, but. I don't know what changed. I don't know why I was feeling like that. It's just a crazy thing.
You just changed like that.
Look, we'll slow down and perhaps get older, right?
That's what it is, mate. I have grown up. Eventually, I have grown up. But I think my excuse, when you're a footballer, we were told for 20-odd years where to be every day, eat that, drink that, you're not allowed there, be that town. When I retired at 35, for all my life, I've been surrounded by 30 lads every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you're 35, when the football don't need you anymore, you're an outcast.
I obviously went through the same thing.
So you resonate with that.
I was forced into retirement through a knee injury.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah, at 29. So mine was cut short early, which I had to deal with my own problems with that.
See, that's got to mess with your head.
Well, yes, it was, but I had time to kind of adjust to it because I knew for a year that my career was over. It was just a question of going through the whole process.
That's just
but when you retired at 35, Razor, what was that first pre-season that you didn't do pre-season? How did you cope for that following year?
I thought, I can't wait to retire. I thought 2 weeks. Oh no, I went because pre-season training is like 8 weeks of hell.
It is.
We used to hate that.
Yes.
When you don't do it for 2 weeks, they're in the silly, dickheads. They're doing
But
2 weeks. I'm like, wow, where do I find lads? Where do you find a group of lads at pumps?
That's it.
so that camaraderie, that
It weren't the football I missed. It weren't the training. It was that 30 lads every day. Laughing
you've
and
had that
joking.
since you were 15, right?
That's what I mean.
You know, when you're at
That's
Millwall,
what I mean.
and you have that in your life.
I was in rehab twice.
That's before I met you.
Sporting Chance, the Tony Adams setup.
Yep.
You know, I ended up in there twice. I still drink
So
now.
talk about the first time. How old were you?
Control it.
I was 36.
Right, so just a year after you retired.
Just went crazy, mate.
So you really did struggle. You really did struggle.
I didn't know.
with
I was on my own. And the thing was, Jay, I had a few bob, so I used to kidnap people in pubs. Not kidnap, I used to sit next to them, come with me next pub, I'll buy you drinks.
Right.
So I'd have like 5, 8, 6, 7, 8.
Were they good friends or they weren't?
He probably didn't even know who they were.
I could walk in a pub and everyone knew me. So it weren't
Hello, Razor!
It weren't
like
like
that sort of
I had to
thing.
go to a pub. All my mates were working, so I didn't have to wait till 5:30 till they come home. I could walk to any pub in London. People knew me.
Is that right?
People knew me. So I drink. Do you want a drink? All of a sudden, I'm your best mate when you're buying everyone's drink. So that it just spiraled out of control, and But
But look
looking
how
back,
far you've come, though.
yeah, I know. It's great. I feel magnificent now.
Yeah, I'm really proud of him. He's lovely.
If you can go back to that 35-year-old that retired,
Yeah.
knowing what you know now, knowing the hurt that you've caused a lot of people, including yourself, what would you say to yourself?
I'd have just slowed down. As I said, I'd turned the back on the crowd. Experience was wasted on older people, and without the experiences, you could get a better man. He could have gone the other way, Jay. I don't know, but I think the drinking was my sort of buzz. How do I get that? Instead of being a hero in front of 40, 50,000 people every week singing Razor, Razor, all of a sudden it finishes. You're not prepared. When a football club don't want you, you're an outcast. You've got no sort of education what to do after that. As you said earlier, since I was 15 to 35, surrounded by 20, 30 lads every day, and to all of a sudden wake up every morning, no discipline. There's no discipline in my life because I've had my discipline. Now I ain't got no discipline. No one telling me where I've got to be, what I've got to eat, what I've got to drink, what I've got to train. And I just think if I was 35 again now, I'd just sort of hold back. Whoa. This could snowball. This could go out of control. Wish it did. But I didn't have that discipline at the time, Now, doesn't bother me going out getting drunk or 30, 40 lads. It doesn't bother me. As I say, I always say now, I'm addicted to my wife and kids now. That's what I'm addicted to. That's my number one thing in life now. But as a 35-year-old, few bob, all of a sudden you haven't got any discipline in your life. I'd say to myself, Razor, slow down, son. This is going to go wrong.
What is the biggest regret you have looking back over that time? What's the biggest regret you've got?
Not being disciplined, not being strong enough. I thought this is what you do. I thought this is what I deserve. I've run me socks off for all my life. Since it's not only been when you're a pro at 16, it's the 10 years before that to get to a pro, you know what I mean? So I think I deserve doing what I want. I deserve going out for 3 days. I deserve going and drinking and eating what I want because I've been a footballer. Do you know what I mean? So it's just a discipline and didn't have your sort of real mates around you. Like if I'd have bumped into you, you'd have gone, Race, whoa, because you know me, because you've been with me for all them years. I didn't have that. The people I met after football weren't the people I grew up with because I moved away by then. So I had people that wanted me to come down to the pub because I'm going to buy them drinks. I'm going to take them on holiday. We're going to go to Spain and, so what I thought I was doing, everyone else was happy. It made me happy. But looking back, how stupid was that? Mentally stupid. But I couldn't see it.
There must have been periods where you felt lonely at
Well,
that time.
in the beginning when we first met, I'd see him and then he'd go to work for days on end and have his little benders, I suppose.
Yeah. What was that like for you?
Horrible.
Tell us about it.
It was horrible. So I just had our eldest daughter, Pebbles, and she was a baby. And he'd go, go away for like 2 or 3 days. And yeah, that was hard.
I'll start with you, Razor. Mentally, you felt You must,
But then at
That's
the end,
what
I
was
just
so
give up, mate. I just couldn't be bothered anymore.
where you're worried, you know, you're kind of giving up. How are the girls?
Awful. They were worried about their dad, but
I didn't know this.
they would never ever go to their dad. They would never. I'm like, well, speak to dad. Tell him you're worried. No, mummy, I can't do that, because they were like, you know. But they were desperately worried about him. They'd see like he's so bad. He used to get yellow coming out of his eyes. Not yellow eyes, but yellow coming out. It just looked really ill.
Yeah.
And they would come up to me, and the thing for me, I think, was when they said, "Mummy, is Daddy going to die?" And that was it for me. Oh.
Physically, your health was in a terrible
Awful.
condition.
2 months. They give me 2 months.
What was okay? So, what was the point that you felt that something was going to change? That Razor was going to make an effort to change his lifestyle?
Because he would walk up the stairs and he would hum up the stairs, and he would be so out of breath walking up 2 or 3 stairs. And I was like, no, something's got to change. He would go up the stairs, and I was like, no, he's going to die. He is going to die, and the girls are going to be without. I'm going to be without.
That's a terrifying thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wasn't bothered at the time, mate.
No.
But
I don't know why, Jay. I couldn't. I've got no. I could lie to you and say, because you know, this and that and that. I don't know why.
But I'd say to
I
him,
haven't got
Jason, I'd be like, you know, you're not well. Look, and I'd say to him, I'll try to be nice.
I'll be all right.
Are you all right? Are you all right?
Of course I'm all right.
Because I can't say you know you're going to die. I'd be like, are you all right? Of
course I'm all right.
We need to like start eating healthy and stuff. And he'd be like, I'm fine, because he thinks he's indestructible. That's the main thing. He thought he'd be fine.
Big Razor.
Big Razor's all right, you know.
Well, tell us about the pacemaker. How that
Well,
come about.
the pacemaker was So I'd done Harry's Heroes TV show. Started training, felt giddy. So I thought, all right, just because we started training, and all of a sudden I'm going dizzy, and more regular, dizzy. Could walk upstairs.
Yeah, but you didn't.
If I walked 100 metres, dizzy. So they took me to a heart specialist, a cardiologist in Maidstone. Done all the tests, and he said, "Ray, you've got a heart of an 88-year-old man." He says, "You've got 2 months away. You've got 2 months." My heart was beating at 140 a minute at rest, which is marathon pace. So I can't remember the procedure, but what they had to do, they had to stop my heart, basically stop my heart, restart my heart. So, they said they have 7 goes. So basically, they killed me. So I was dead. Stand back. It's third time, come back to life. And all of a sudden, my heart, your body's a clever thing. So my heart, all of a sudden, it's regular again.
Yeah, I'm just watching your face there. I mean,
Oh, sorry, I'm miles away.
No, I'm just watching how you're
because
coping with.
It's all coming back. That's why it's horrible.
So my heart's regular again.
The girls must be so proud of what he's done now, because he has turned his life around.
So the thing is, Jason, it's like when he was going through the bigger stage and the mental health. The girls, they wanted to play football with their dad. They wanted to go to like theme parks and stuff like that, and he couldn't do it. Now they've got their dad back, and it's the best thing.
That is the worst thing about losing weight. I'll go full park. I can get on roller coasters now. I fit in the thing. Mate, went last week.
Yeah, he walks in front of me now, and I'm a fast walker, and I'm like, wait for me.
Roller coaster.
So we've got him back again.
And what's the family life like now? Because
it's brilliant.
You've gone through a huge amount. There's been health issues and so on, but
it's brilliant.
How are you both now together? Is there the relationship, has it changed?
Literally, we were down there with stress, and we're.
Oh, mate, we go
it's
beach.
Like weightlifting.
We live near the beach. We go down the beach with the dogs and the kids.
We go walking.
I can beat the kids. I'm running.
If I'm cooking, he'll stand behind me.
Playing rounders on the beach. Everything's changed.
Was there ever a point that you felt this relationship can't go on?
I didn't know. I couldn't be bothered.
I love you very much, but there was a time where I thought, maybe it's best that I just walk away and just say, look, I can't do this no more.
And that might be a kick out the backside.
I got advice from people, but I just thought it may be best if I just walk away, and then it'll make him see sense. But we did it. We did it together.
Right, yeah.
When we go through experiences, I mean, I've had my own health issues with cancer, and I've been divorced like Razor. It does change you, and how do you see the changes in yourself moving forward? Because you've had some tough
I
times.
just see happiness now.
I just think after everything we've been through, I mean, we have been through a lot of stuff, and it's just brought us closer together. I think it can either go that way or that way.
But it's brought my family, my brothers, and I see my brothers now. My mum lives around the corner,
Yeah.
so I think I think they're over the moon. They've got me back as well. Which, as I say, Jason, at the time, I didn't even think about that.
He listens now.
I listen.
Okay, it's interesting. So
but I can be criticised now. And, when you know you're wrong and you're in a bad place, the worst thing people can do is criticise you. People help you. That's
so
the best way
what
forward.
you've been through, it's all been worthwhile to come out this side now?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
We were here talking to you about it, mate. You know what I mean? You could be at my funeral 4 years ago.
Don't.
could have been.
Don't
It could have
even
been.
go there, don't.
Yeah.
You would have come, wouldn't you?
But
I definitely
You would have come, wouldn't you?
I would have been there, Razor. Razor, let's not talk like that, right?
don't.
No, but you've been through that with the kids, Leah. You've had that conversation.
Yes.
That I can't even comprehend or begin to think what that must feel like. That you feel like you're watching your husband die.
Oh, it's horrible. It was
Well,
literally
terrifying.
She weren't feeling. She was, mate. She was at the time. She was watching me die.
I was watching.
And I was watching myself die, but I didn't know. But I didn't care.
It was just like watching a slow death. It was just, and I kind of got used to you being like that, and I kind of feel guilty that I didn't do it previously, like before. Maybe you wouldn't have got. I've got guilt as well, but.
Yeah. And the worst thing, COVID
What
came
guilt?
in.
Sorry, what guilt? Sorry,
I've got guilt. Like, is it my fault that he got this big? Does he not fancy me no more? Or, why has he going through these mental health problems? What have I done? Am I a bad mum? Am I a bad wife? You have all of these emotions and feelings.
Well, what did people say to you? Just going back. Sorry, go back that big because people must have said to you, Leah, look.
Oh, people.
Razor, look at the size of the boy.
They did. But what they didn't know is what they didn't know. I was doing everything in my power. Our fridge was like a field. Like
Was you still sort of making excuses for me?
It got to the point where when he went to work, I was making him a healthy packed lunch. Saw it in the back, and with McDonald's fast food stuff, and it was just like, what can I do?
So, what's Harry's Heroes done? When he found out
Harry's
about the
Heroes,
heart?
I'm so glad I did that because Harry, I absolutely love, really lovely guy.
But Harry was a big influence. On you
you had that little kerfuffle with Merce. I think that made him see a little bit of sense. I think from coming from ex-teammates like yourself, like telling him, Neil, you've got to do something here, mate, because you're going to die. And I saw them having it was awful, wasn't it, really?
But that hurt, because, if you'd have said it to me, it would have hurt me as well. But I'd have responded, shut up, you know what I mean? Because the people you love, the people you respect, the people you know, when they say things to you,
cheers, Merce.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Because that's what I like to say, it's good to talk, but it's bad to argue. My response was to argue, but I knew you was right, because I had no sensible or logic answer. So what do you do? First line of defence, you attack, don't you?
Exactly.
That's what I was doing. I was just attacking everyone else back. So I knew I was wrong.
What was the biggest struggle that you faced, Razor?
Biggest struggle I've faced is don't know why I was feeling so down. Don't know why I was depressed.
Did you see anyone? Did you go to counselling as well?
No. I was just down in the dumps.
Yeah, that's...
Because in playing football, grow a pair, get on with it, man up. So I just thought, I'm down in the dumps. But I was really, 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 really low. And I'm just glad that, someone up there looked after me and patted me on the back and said, come on, son, give me a kick out the backside and pushed me in the right direction.
So who was the people you lent on? Who was that sounding board?
So we've got a really good friend, Lee, and our agent. I used to speak to them and they helped a lot. But I wouldn't go to my friends or my family. It would always be sort of like...
Yeah. It's even
Why wouldn't you go to your friends or family?
I don't know. I just didn't want to be that burden, didn't want to give them that.
Yeah, that's another bad thing.
And I felt like I was a bit, am I being a bit weak here? I've got to deal with this by myself. And I did in the end, but...
Do you look back now and think perhaps you could have...
I wish I had have got a bit of help myself, yeah. Because when you're living with that sort of stress... because there was a lot of other stuff with it. It wasn't just his weight, there was other stress along the way. Hard work. But I feel quite proud of myself, to be honest.
I'm proud of you as well, mate.
That you've dealt with...
I really do, yeah. I really do. And
I'll tell you what, I didn't do too bad, did I, bro?
Also, I feel
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I also feel really proud that I got him, to how he is now, because I don't want to take all the credit, I don't. But I'm just saying, I think if I hadn't have stepped in, he wouldn't be here now,
I wouldn't be.
So, and I feel proud of myself for that. I do, even though you're like,
How do you feel? You must feel proud, Razor, the fact that you have turned what you were. I mean, when you look at photos of yourself, Razor.
Oh, yeah.
But
at the time, Jay, I thought...
No, but when you look back now, what do you think?
Wow.
Yeah, I even show him photos.
I'm embarrassed. I can laugh now. I can look at me and go, oh, size of me, the fat git. I can laugh now because I'm in a great place, you know what I mean? But it's not physically, it's mentally as well. I mean, you got to... I'm glad I can look back and smile at it and have a laugh about it now because I'm okay now. I'm in the best place I've been for 20, 30 years. So, I mean,
glad we're out
but looking back, how I got there, I just don't know.
That's what I don't know. I don't know how we got there.
It weren't a turning point.
But physically, when you look back, but how do you feel when you look back about what you did to Leah and the girls?
Oh, at the time...
How do you feel now?
Oh, I feel terrible. When she says, "His daddy, kids," I'm inside. I'm breaking up inside. Is daddy going to die? And
they literally said that. They said that to me.
It's heartbreaking. But what makes me smile now is they got their dad back, and we go down the beach, and we walk the dogs, and I chuck the kids in the sea when it's cold, and we play football, and we get in I can get in a trampoline now in the garden with them and that. So that sort of is my sort of cure, it's my medication of the bad things I've done. Is my medication is now the good things I'm doing, and I'm.
Do you have you spoken to the girls about this? Because obviously there's 18 and 14. Right? The 14 are on very different, but 18, she's a young woman now. Have you spoken to her about that time in your lives?
Yeah, we talk about it. We don't go it too often, you know what I mean? Because obviously I don't want them to, get upset. But we do talk about it, and they say they go and give me big cuddles and that, and they're glad Dad's back. And,
I'll tell you what's lovely. Like Pebbles the other day, she went, "God, Mum, Dad's really handsome, isn't he?"
There you go.
And I feel like, yeah, we got there. In my head, I'm like, we got there.
Beautiful.
What about the conversation when you're having them? Do you find that easy? Difficult or
no? I can handle
it. Because
a year ago maybe, but now I'm it's past, and as I say, the longer it goes, and the best people come up to me in the streets, and I'm really doing praise when people go and say, "Razor, you're looking amazing." That's my buzz. That makes me feel so good that it's
and me as well, because I feel so proud of how far you've come. And
as you said, you were in denial. Have you changed in that way, Razor? I mean, you're on this podcast. You're happy to speak openly now.
Yeah.
Do you feel that there's a responsibility on your shoulders to talk about it?
Definitely.
And be a role model in some ways that men can open up and speak about.
Definitely, 100%. As I say, different times to do it. It's good to talk. It's not good to argue. So only talk when you know it's good to talk.
And another thing I'm really proud of, you get people messaging you as well on social saying, "Thank you so much, Neil, for making me wake up." Myself, I've got a healthy lifestyle, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here now.
If I can do it, anyone can do it, mate.
Yeah, you've helped a lot of people. So.
And Leah, what about you on the flip side? Because you've had to support him, watch Razor go through this process.
Yeah.
What about the wives and girlfriends and partners that feel at the other side? What advice would you give to them?
I would say, pull them. Oh, it's difficult, but I would say never give up. Pull them aside, and when you think it's the right time, and just speak to them and just say, it's difficult. You have to. There must be so many people out there that have been going through what I went through.
I think your best time was when I was agitated or I was in a mood. You wouldn't speak about it.
You have to pick the right point.
If I was in a good mood, and then that's the time that you.
And they will listen. They will listen.
You do.
If
I can listen, everyone can listen.
So do you feel lucky to have each other now?
Yeah.
Because
all day long.
I've known Razor a long time, and obviously I knew when you guys met. How do you feel now? Do you feel incredibly lucky that you've still got? Well, obviously you've still got Razor.
You, like Harry said, I'm going to say it again. You landed right on your feet.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy that, you dealt with the cards. It's like a game of poker, and you dealt them cards and. At one time, I had a bad hand, and now I've turned that bad hand into a good hand. I've got all in with the hand now.
We're quite cute, really, aren't we?
We're beautiful.
We are in love.
So I'm enjoying myself. I'm back.
Of course it is.
There was a time in my life.
Sometimes I'll be like...
Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jason.
And, you know, you're sharing your story, Razor.
Yeah, man.
I'm proud of you. Like I said to you last time I saw you, matey.
Well done for you. You're looking well what you've gone through.
We've all had our own struggles. Guys, listen, thank you so much for your company.
Thank you.
God bless
It's been
you,
fabulous. Thank
Love
you.
you.
If you're
Love you.
listening or watching this and are dealing with any issues we've spoken about, remember there's always support for you. Visit movember.com/get support or call the Calm helpline on 0800 58 58 and 58 365 days a year. And remember, mental health struggles are not always obvious, so make sure you check in on your mates because not enough people really ask how we are doing. Be part of the solution and make your voice heard at Movember.com. Thanks for listening and watching the Men's Room podcast here on talkSPORT with me, Jason Cundy, Razor Ruddock, and our very special guest, Leah Ruddock, as well. A very special episode. As always, spread the love, like, share, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts or via the talkSPORT app and on YouTube. We'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye.